Let's get to our stock of the hour. McDonald's has reportedly closed offices for a few days this week as it plans layoffs as part of a broader restructuring plan. The shares have been trading around an all-time high. I want to bring in Michael Halen, who is with the Bloomberg intelligence team, where he serves as a senior restaurant analyst. Michael, it is interesting that the stock, I mean, there's all these reasons why investors have been gravitating towards McDonald's in recent days. Given that there's some decent performance for the business itself, what was your reaction to these reports about the layoffs?
Yeah, so these layoffs have been pretty well communicated to the street, right? They outlined them back in January, so it's not a huge surprise for investors today. You know, I think when the news first came across the wires, there was that question, why now? McDonald's has been absolutely knocking the cover off the ball. Obviously, there was some margin pressure for the corporate-owned stores and the franchisees last year, but when it comes to the top line, McDonald's has done a phenomenal job. You have to think that, in the back of their head, they're expecting things to get worse, and they've been pretty clear with their communication about that as well. So, on the last earnings call, they said a mild to a moderate recession in the U.S. was their base case. They think it's going to be even worse in Europe because of the inflation that they're seeing here in the first half. So, I think it kind of jives, right? They think things are going to get worse here for the economy, and that's why they're looking to cut some jobs.
Michael, put this into perspective for us. When we talk about, I think what was most striking to me about the story is that they're shutting down their corporate offices to execute these layoffs. But put this into context for us about previous rounds or previous layoffs and restructurings that McDonald's has dealt with. Is this bigger or smaller than what we've seen in the past?
Yeah, well, personally, I'd like to be known. I'd like to know that I was getting let go in a face-to-face meeting personally. But I think this is just kind of a sign of the times, right? People are working from home. They're doing the Zoom thing. In terms of the size of this, we don't know. They haven't told us yet what the number of cuts are going to be. So we're hoping to hear something on the first quarter earnings call coming up.
Michael, just on that, reality of technology and how it allows people to do business these days. I mean, part of the McDonald's business itself is increasingly ruled by the digital component of their business. And I wonder if the company is going to increasingly, just sort of following on what Critty was saying, thinking about how technology is continuing to change the way all of their businesses run.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously, restaurants have caught up quick on technology over the last several years. They were forced to by COVID, right? It's an industry that was kind of behind when it came to technology, compared to most other consumer companies that we follow. So, yeah, technology is going to continue to be important. What I could say for the restaurant space is kind of unique. For the restaurant employees, they have to go into work. There's no working from home. There's no telecommuting, right? So I think a lot of the restaurants that we cover and people that we talk to, they felt it was important that their employees do come in on a day-to-day basis because they don't want to be seen as kind of like a different class of citizen from their employees, right? So I think restaurant chains in general have approached telecommuting a little bit differently than some of the other industries out there.